What's up, you filthy fumblers, and welcome back to another episode of the Film Fumblers, the show where four friends, sometimes four, today's four, friends fumble through your favorite films with their favorite drinks. Today we're doing Spider-Man No Way Home, the brand new, everybody's been waiting for, directed by John Watts. So without further ado, I'm James.
I'm Terry.
I'm Matt.
Hey, it's me, Jay. I'm back again.
Hi,
up, Jay?
Here, so we have two very special guests. Jay, who's usually here sometimes, and then the lovely Matt Atkins. How you guys doing today?
Doing all right. Thanks for having us on, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. I think everybody. This was the anticipated movie of the year. Maybe between this and Dune.
For me,
I don't know which one was hyper in your mind.
I would say Dune for most of the general population.
Think so?
No. The box office would disagree.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. I think people were waiting for Dune to be done.
Personally, Dune was for me.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Spider-Man is like right there. Like fucking.
Yeah.
Very
Oh
excited.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
there's a good split. I
Or-
didn't know who John Watts was, so I just looked up his Wikipedia and found his birthday very interesting.
Yeah. Within days or on the day.
Huh.
June 28th.
Huh.
One away.
This is bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude, it always happens.
Yeah.
90% of
So
the
it
world
was
is
very
born
close.
within those like 3 days, apparently.
Have you guys seen that? Like the most common birthdays, like they fall around that time of year, don't they?
Do they?
Is that
Like
true? I believe it.
The most uncommon birthday, I think, is Christmas,
Damn.
Huh.
which is kind of crazy.
There's like
Yeah.
3 people that have birthdays around it, right? That I know of.
Yeah, I know. I know like a lot of people, but I'm sort of a narcissist when it comes to like birthdays. So the closer that they are to my birthday, I'm like, oh yeah, I know it. But as it gets further away, it's like, I don't know.
Yep.
Birthday, man.
All those like March
Yeah.
and February, I'm like, I don't fucking know. I can't remember the days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro.
I don't know how we got into that conversation, but yeah, Spider-Man.
My fault.
Spider-Man. I think we're all. Is this our favorite superhero?
It's my
Easily.
favorite Marvel superhero.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would agree with that.
What's your favorite
'Cause-
overall?
Because Matt's a DC apologist.
That fucking Batman, dude. Batman is
He's so
number
good.
one.
Batman's mine too.
Oh, really?
Batman's
Okay, yeah.
really good.
And I don't know. I just love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I never saw the Andrew Garfield ones. I think
At all?
No, really?
Wow.
I maybe saw the second one. I don't think I saw the first one because I remember MJ dying, right? Is that what happens?
Gwen.
Spoiler alert. Gwen.
Gwen.
See, I don't even fucking know, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember not really caring for Andrew Garfield, which was weird because I thought he was fucking awesome in this movie.
Yeah, he
Oh,
really
I-
stole the show from me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I like him a lot. Okay, so me personally, my favorite Spider-Man are Tom Holland, then Andrew, then Toby.
Damn.
Toby is not my number one. Now, I don't.
Yeah.
So one of the things about this movie that was really cool was that as they, it was like this Spider-Man metaverse type thing or multiverse thing, but they really
Yeah.
tried to have that to where, hey, don't hate on any of them. We're all Spider-Man, and they kind of like forced that, but
Which was weird though because wasn't Andrew Garfield like he was like so fucking like
He was clowning on
I'm-
himself pretty hard.
yeah he was like clowning
Yeah.
on he's like
Yeah.
damn, I suck. He's like I always thought was
Yeah.
a rhinoceros man. And I
Yeah.
was like okay that is kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
it was like too self-aware in like a moral, yeah.
Yeah,
I love that shit, dude.
It
He's
was
like, he's like, oh,
Deadpool-esque.
Peter 3. He's just like, yep, that's me.
yeah. Which I thought was hilarious. I thought it was fun.
I loved
Yeah.
it.
I liked how they, with Toby's Peter, how he shoots the webs just out of his
God.
wrists. And
I wanted that
What the
so
fuck?
bad. I was so happy it happened, and it was just so perfect.
Yeah.
they're all grossed out by it, and it's like when you think about it, that is pretty fucking gross.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know, yeah.
it's
Does
so
it come
weird.
out of anywhere else?
Yeah.
Just like,
Oh
you
my
know,
god, this is literally shooting webs. Jesus.
shot web.
Shot web.
Shot web. Oh man. But let's talk about the beginning. So this like picks up right where the last one, I don't even know the name. Was that Far From Home?
Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
probably.
Okay,
Mhm.
Far From Home. I just kind of didn't believe that Mysterio was dead. Did any of you guys think it was gonna be a mystery? I don't know,
I
like
don't
an
remember.
illusion.
Is that what happened at the end of that one? I don't remember.
He fucking like blows up that whole ass bridge, and he's like on it or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because like when they show like the news at the beginning of this movie, and he's just like, Spider-Man is Peter Parker, or whatever. He's all fucked up and bleeding and
Yeah.
shit. Like I think he's dead, unless they're
Oh,
just
okay.
like people like
Yeah.
him, bring him back. But I think
yeah, like,
in the world he's dead.
Yeah,
I feel like they left it open to where if they wanted to bring him back, they would, and it wouldn't be like, you know.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they always do that kind of thing, right? Like this, like bait death kind of shit. They even did
Yeah,
it
unless
in
you
this movie,
see
which was
it.
like so annoying.
Unless you like
Yeah.
see their last breath, there's no like confirmation. Like they can always come
Yeah,
back.
yeah, they can always. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Tony Stark's gonna be fucking flying out somewhere. No, probably not. But yeah, like the whole like when Aunt May was dying, like it was like, okay, do we really need to do this? like drag out that whole
Yeah.
thing. Like
was
she was just like
emotional, man.
chilling.
The second time it was more emotional for me.
Yeah, it was very emotional, and I thought though like it was almost like a repeat of like Tony Stark dying, of like how he like acted it out, you know?
Yeah,
Dude, Tom Holland's
yeah,
really good at that.
Yeah,
yeah. And then also Toby got stabbed, and you were like, oh fuck,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
bait. It's bait. It was
That-
bait. Like
Yeah. I
mean, like-
they bait you a lot
Yeah.
in these kind of movies.
I think that they should have just like stuck to it, like he should have fucking died.
Damn.
And it would have made it so much better. Like,
I think so. I think you're right.
He's never gonna come back, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he's not
yeah.
gonna be in another movie.
yeah, exactly.
He was
So,
he was kind of stiff, huh? He like it was weird because Andrew felt like he was having fun with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Toby felt like he was like, okay, I'm just gonna be here, the old guy, kind of passing the torch, like get it over with. It felt,
yeah.
it did feel weird. I don't know,
Dude.
watching it twice, Taryn. Like, well, what did you think of Toby Maguire's
So
acting?
the first time when he comes out and he's in regular ass clothes, I was just like, ah, fuck,
Yeah.
is this gonna be phoned in? Like he's just in this scene or something? But like the more it goes on, like, nah, dude, like he's like into it still. Like he's wearing the suit,
Yeah.
he's doing all the shit, he's cracking jokes. Like it was
Yeah.
good. The second
Yeah.
time,
He's
like
almost
knowing it was
50.
good.
Yeah.
At first, I thought he was a little stiff, but like, yeah,
He's like the
I don't know.
older, wise Peter, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which was cool. The cool youth pastor. Jordan.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
they
pretty
finally
dope.
address it. And he's just like, you know, I got that thing on me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think like as
Yeah.
a Spider-Man fan, like this movie was awesome because that's what it was about. And even though
Yeah.
yes, it connects to the next Doctor Strange movie and the Marvel stuff, it felt more about the Spider-Man stuff, which was good because
yeah,
that's one of the things I don't know. So Marvel keeps people entertained and invested with how it all connects.
yeah.
But what was good about this was that it just felt only about the Spider-Man world and bringing that
Yeah.
together, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was super clever that they were able to kind of pick up the pieces from the past and use it
Yeah.
as like a story arc for Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Like
Yeah.
they were able to use all the I thought it was genius actually, just like how they had those struggles, but now they're like giving Tom Holland's Spider-Man like a
Yeah.
chance to learn from their arc too, which I thought
Yeah.
was like pretty neat.
Dude, yeah,
Yeah,
that scene on the roof when they're all talking about that stuff, I was like, damn, Andrew Garfield can fucking act, bro. He was like tearing up and shit. He's like, I stopped holding my punches, and like we were talking
Yeah.
about, they were talking about that on the podcast I was on this morning. Is like, dude, if Spider-Man like didn't hold back, he would be like one of the strongest fucking superheroes. Like, because he's just like a kid,
Yeah.
you know, he just like doesn't want to like hurt people. But like if you just
Yeah.
like let
Oh
go,
yeah,
He could
There's a
destroy everyone.
Yeah.
Dude, well, when he's fucking beating the goblin's ass, going
Yeah.
through
I know.
fucking,
It's
he's like
scary. I'm like, is he gonna fucking
Supermaning
kill
through
him,
the
dude?
walls, or like Goku fucking straight up
Yeah.
like
Dude.
boom, boom, boom.
That was the coolest shit when Green Goblin fucking pile drives him into the ground through like 4 stories. I was like, God
Oh,
damn,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
I like that he was fighting as just himself, like as Osborn and not in the suit, you know? It just like
Mhm.
made it so much cooler.
Yeah. But yeah, that scene, like, yeah, you're right, James. It was like so genius. They're like, I lost my MJ, like my version of MJ. Like I lost Uncle Ben. Like you don't
Mhm.
need to be vengeful. Like it doesn't lead anywhere. Like I got my
Yeah.
revenge and nothing changed and all this stuff. It was just so
Yeah.
good.
You don't get an extra movie. They cancel you
Yep.
if you don't hold your punches. No. We got a question in the chat saying, do you feel like it ripped off Spider-Verse a bit?
I would say no,
No.
because Spider-Verse, this is a concept that's not that didn't like start like
Yeah, it didn't start there.
yeah, like back in the 90s, in the cartoon there's a whole arc where it's like the Spider-Verse and all these Spider-Men come in through different universes, and so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know, it's a very comic Spider-Man theme that it's not owned
Yeah,
by one.
there's so many different Spider-Mans. It's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. But like
Yeah.
when they
Right?
first like were like rumors about this movie being like Spider-Verse-esque, I was kind of upset. I was like, they already did this and it was amazing. Like you can't top this. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
With the animated movie. But like
And
it's
that's
just so different with this. Like it's very different. Like seeing the actors and stuff come back like in real like their actual faces, seeing them on the screen again is just it hits
Yeah.
so different. Like I think
Yeah,
it works
yeah.
so well.
Okay, so then here's my question. This movie like heavily relies on the fact that you don't know what's gonna happen. Now that you know what's gonna happen, and the serotonin has wore off, is this a movie that you can like revisit all the time as a good movie?
I don't know, because the second time for me watching it, a lot of things hit so much harder. Like some of the jokes were still fucking hilarious. Like when some of the emotional stuff, like when Andrew Garfield catches MJ or whatever, like that shit almost made me actually cry the second time, but not the first time. You know, like shit like that.
Mhm.
I feel like the
Yeah.
last like hour or whatever, like after the Toby and Andrew Garfield come back,
Mhm.
that specifically, I feel like I can watch over and over again. But like the rest of it is like, ugh, like that's where it's kind of like messy and not as interesting to me.
I would say, so that's a yes for Taryn. I would say, yeah, there's lots of elements in this movie that make you want to like watch it again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yes for rewatchability. Jay, what do you think?
It's really long.
Honestly,
It is long. I thought it ran a bit
yeah,
long.
I don't think that it will hold its rewatchability over time, but I do think that, like, for the reasons that it was made, it did its job, where, like, they kind of use it as a way to, like, resolve the other Spider-Man movies
Yeah.
and, close some loops there and tie things up, and it works for all that, and it works really well, and it works more than I thought it was gonna work.
Mhm.
But I also don't think, like, I think that the important thing about this movie was the fact that it got a bunch of people back into the theaters to experience this thing together. And if it
Yes.
wasn't that, I don't think I would have like been as excited for each of
Right.
the things.
Hmm.
I'd been like, "Oh, that's cool, that's cool." But people in the theaters were just like, "Fuck yeah!" Like going
Yeah,
crazy.
it was
that was
absolutely
good.
That was
insane.
the best part of it.
And this is like what I was reading an article about just how funding for movies works now, when you get money to film a movie, it's not like it was back in the day where it's a product that it has to have not that many crazy risks. That's why you see a lot of these comic book movies coming
Mhm.
out, because it's low risk, high reward every freaking time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, and I think what Marvel is doing, because I just started watching Daredevil, by the way. I freaking had chills when I saw Daredevil on the screen, dude. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's because like I'm on season 2 of Daredevil, so I'm like it's like
You're like in the
really
shit.
fresh in my head, and I'm like, oh my god, you know. So and not to spoil it. Well, obviously, if you're listening to this, Hawkeye spoilers, yeah, Hawkeye spoilers right now. I think what Marvel's doing with like their TV shows, it's like crazy. It's like it's I'm in it. I'm in it now because like once I saw Daredevil on the screen, I was like, oh shit, it's all coming together. Like they're using the movies as an event, you know. So it has to be this kind of crazy like overload of like all these characters coming together.
The big question about all that is that there's uncertainty about whether the continuity from the Netflix stuff, like the Daredevil and the
That's what I'm curious about.
Wilson Fisk, like if they're gonna retcon it, or is it a continuation? And so, I don't know. Like I
haven't
really
finished Daredevil, so don't completely fuck
like,
me here.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there is a completely stylistic difference between the Netflix stuff and the Disney stuff, right?
Right.
So I loved that. So the fact that Disney now owns these characters, when they bring them in, will it be the same? I mean, like, is it?
They can't childish it up.
Yeah, like
they will.
If they, if they change it to where
then they'll lose me again.
And so
because everything I've heard is Daredevil is so violent and like gory and brutal and all this stuff, and it's like, would Disney make it rated R? Like, would they go that far? I don't think they would. It'll be full of fucking jokes and shit, and it'll just be the same. No, I mean this movie is the most violent, brutal movie that they've made.
I would feel that the thing that's been less jokey so far was the Loki series. Like, I really liked that one.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. Owen Wilson was funny, but it wasn't too full of jokes.
Right.
So that was we'll see. But yeah, okay, so John Bernthal, right? He's the guy who plays Punisher in the Netflix stuff. He said that if they don't water it down and make it too kid-friendly, then he'll come back. But if they change it, he won't.
Dude, they were saying, those dudes this morning were saying that apparently that's a rumor, is that he's going to show up in Moon Knight Season 2. When I was like, there's a Season 2? I don't even know, but...
Oh, wow.
So that'd be fucking sick. I don't know.
Yeah.
Matt's frozen.
Moon Knight.
I think we lost Matt there.
I think it's just my video.
Okay.
Okay, we can hear you. So wait, the Moon Knight's not out. What?
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
happening?
That's what's
I
weird.
don't get it.
So they're like rumors that Punisher John Bernthal will come into Season 2, and I'm like,
so the
like,
Moon Knight.
Sounds
So okay,
far-fetched.
so this
like,
is so the Moon Knight character is supposed to be a lot more dark. So if that ends up being darker than what we've seen in a way, then we'll know.
Yeah.
Is that going to be Disney Plus, like straight to Disney Plus type thing?
Yeah.
Fucking Oscar Isaac,
baby. Right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Dude,
so
and he
cool.
also is playing Spider-Man 2099.
And so
Yes.
What is that?
it's like a super
new
futuristic one.
Spider-Verse 2.
It was in the post credits of the first Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's like the
is it a
Hispanic.
show?
What?
2099.
Yeah.
It's a comic. No, I mean, it's not a show yet. Maybe it will be, but it's like a big comic, and like he shows up in the Spider-Verse movie, and he's like a big part of the second one. He's in the trailer a lot. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So all that stuff is fun,
dude. Like talking about like all the connectivity between all these movies and shows and shit, dude. Like I'm just like I get it. People are over Marvel shit. It's like oversaturated and stuff. But it's just like, how can you not be fucking hyped as fuck? Like just watching. I was like, imagine watching the last episode of Hawkeye on Wednesday, seeing fucking Kingpin, the old actor, and then going to the theater on Friday to see this movie and seeing Charlie Cox as Daredevil was just like that's so good,
what
dude.
Literally gave me chills, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy is that even though, because I don't really know what's the goal for this like second phase of Marvel, right? I don't know what the big thing is. Like, you know, Endgame was the big thing. I don't know where this is heading.
Right.
But it's the best they've been doing so far. I mean, I haven't watched Eternals, and I couldn't watch Black Widow. I just turned it off. I mean, I could, but it was just I didn't care.
It's not great. Besides,
but yeah,
Florence Pugh.
so I don't know.
I would say this about Marvel. So, like, what's really cool is that, okay, think about any series that you watch. Say it's Lord of the Rings or The Dark Knight or stuff like that. They're awesome, and then when it's over, you're so sad because you can't go back into that world. And so that's the strength that Marvel has, is that all of these things can be either mediocre, bad, or good.
Yeah.
But they bring you back into the world, and that's why people like it.
Yeah.
Which you know, like it's not, oh, is this movie that good? No, it's like, oh, it brings me back into this world.
What is it gonna set up for the next movie or something? Yeah.
And I think that's where I differ from you guys. Is I'm not like a big superhero movie guy. I have seen none of the Marvel shows unless you count Daredevil and The Punisher, and that's just because they were on Netflix. Like, I just haven't dove into it, but like I can appreciate it. I think for me the thing that has been made clear is like, okay, the value that they are providing to everybody right now is like this, like almost like saving movie theaters, like getting people back in after like the last few years, you know? And like I respect that, and that's cool. And I get that there's like this whole ass universe out there when it comes to this shit. I just don't have the fucking time to like watch all this shit.
I think it's like
so much.
You have to. I think the only reason why I do this is because Terrence's so into it. Because like really, I don't think I would care. Because I mean, Spider-Man's my favorite, and there's not much Spider-Man like out there besides the cartoons, and I don't really know if I want to watch a cartoon, especially if it's not adult.
Yeah, it's old
themed. You know, it's old. It's probably kind of cheesy. I don't really care for that. But yeah, so I have Terran to blame. But I'm in for the ride, and this is we were talking about this yesterday. Is like. How awesome the world of Harry Potter is, and how the first Fantastic Beasts movie I thought was fucking awesome because it was opening up that world again, and then the second one came out and it fucking ruined everything. Whatever. I mean, but like, you know, the Disney and Marvel, they have this unique thing about someone call it milking, but they're able to just continually like dive into this world that's already pretty much written for them, and it's at their fingertips, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think they strike a balance between having to have seen all the things and like using all the things to supplement the main thing that you're watching. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you don't have to go out and watch all these shows to like understand the next big movie. But if you do, you'll be like rewarded, you know, for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's just there's so much, man.
There's a lot.
Yeah, like if I wasn't caught up, I don't even know if I would catch up. You know
Where
what I mean?
would I
Like,
even start, dude? Like
the beginning,
Loki,
bro. Iron Man. No,
fucking.
I'm just kidding.
And I think that's them releasing one episode a week helps with that, because you don't feel like overburdened by the binge, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like you're just like, oh, I just watched the one episode and I'm caught up, instead of like Netflix, you have to watch fucking 32 episodes to catch up, and you're like, but I don't know, to each is their own, you know?
But like the like strategy behind that is that it keeps people engaged and they don't forget about the world because they got to go back to it each week, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, like, honestly, though, like, I get annoyed because I really do feel, though, that this whole Marvel method is changing the audience. And the audience, what they want, I think, is very narrow. And I don't know. It kind of makes me salty.
Yeah.
What they expect, right? Because we were talking yesterday about how when Marvel they did like the tonal shift where Marvel really leaned into the whole joke, like it's mostly a comedy movie around like superheroes, you know, and then DC went the other way where it's like very dark and
Yeah.
serious.
Or it started that way, and then they changed it because they got scared, you know, because
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
I'll say that I am excited for the new Batman for that reason. Like it does look pretty dark and
yeah, it
Yeah.
looks,
Oh, it looks
I
so
think
cool.
it's gonna be really good. We'll see.
What
But,
does
like-
Zoe Kravitz play?
Catwoman.
Oh, she's Catwoman. Okay, nice.
I can say the same for Morbius too. That looks pretty dark. I don't know if it'll be
Yeah.
good, but
I don't know. Maybe I just don't fucking like Jared Leto. Something about him
no,
just rubs me the wrong way. I don't
I
know.
think that's fair. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
him.
I guess just seeing that it's not like a Marvel owned and made movie, I'm just immediately like, fuck this, basically. Like the Venom movies are trash.
Venom 2 was
Yeah.
like really rough. I mean,
Yeah.
not really rough, but it was just I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
they're-
mean, I think
Go ahead.
like all of these like dark Spider-Man verse stuff where there's not Spider-Man yet really annoys the fuck out of me. 'Cause,
Right.
Like Venom is a Spider-Man villain. That's what makes him like interesting. He's like the bizarro Spider-Man, you know, like that symbiote comes that because it attached to Spider-Man, so
Yeah.
it gained his abilities, and so it's like out. Without that, it's not as good. And
So
then-
okay, so,
Yeah, and they're
so
like-
what's your prediction for the mid-credit end scene where the symbiote gets left behind?
I
That
have
was
two things.
smart. But go ahead.
So, sorry. So like if you've noticed, during the Morbius trailer, right? They obviously hint that it's the same universe as Venom,
Yeah.
and then there's like a quick like so there's a poster of a Spider-Man somewhere on that wall. I mean,
It's
like
from one of the
on a
Marvel
wall.
movies, isn't it? It like says
No,
murderer on it.
Yeah, but it looks like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. So I think that there's a possibility that in the Venom universe is the Andrew Garfield universe, and he's a little bit more older. He can fight with Venom. It feels more natural versus Tom Holland versus Tom Hardy, right? They're like age difference is way too big. So they could go that way, and I think they might.
So you think Andrew Garfield's coming back?
I think because
That's
he's
fucking nuts.
he seemed more excited about this, right? As you
Right.
said.
Yeah,
until-
maybe that's true. Yeah.
So they might not make a new Spider-Man movie, but put him in that universe.
And a Venom.
Maybe.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
Just keep it
But-
away from
yeah.
my
Yeah,
MCU,
but
please.
Yeah.
They left the symbiote in the MCU universe. So one of the things about this movie as a Spider-Man fan that I really liked was how it ended. Those last 5 minutes were super cool because it brought this Tom Holland's character just full into who Spider-Man is.
Yeah.
He has to let go of the promise that he made, that he has to let go of Zendaya and Ned, and he says, because he sees that like cut on her face, or right,
Yeah.
and that's when he says, oh, the people that I love are gonna get hurt if they're by me, so I'm not gonna remind her of who I am.
Damn.
And that's classic
Dude,
Spider-Man.
yeah, and it goes back to Spider-Man's roots because I think we kind of get this hyper-inflated Spider-Man that is backed by the Avengers, that is backed by Tony Stark, but now he's going back to the roots of being the neighborhood-friendly Spider-Man, which is like
that's
what
exciting. dude.
Spider-Man's about, dude, which is cool. Like, so it was a good ending. Yeah,
Probably going to college. He's in a shitty apartment, broke as fuck.
Yeah.
That's Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that's what Spider-Man is like just seeing like this like super technological Spider-Man, kind of like, okay, dude, with all the fucking claws and everything, it's like let's just go back to basics.
And his suit is so good at the end, dude. It's like the classic fucking like shiny blue and red suit. I love it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, as a Spider-Man fan, I was like, all right, cool, they're good, because that's the biggest criticism of Tom Holland's Spider-Man is that he's Iron Man fucking Jr. And
Yeah,
though
Yeah.
I do like, I think as an actor, like he plays Peter Parker and Spider-Man so well, I love it I can get that criticism.
Right.
Spider-Man Jr. is not Spider-Man.
Right, yeah.
So I love how they ended it. They're putting him into that, you know? Yeah, it's so cool.
It like feels like a mini reboot almost, where it's like I want the next movie to just be very stripped down, basic. He fights fucking Rhino or something, like, you know what I mean, like super basic. Even though like they probably won't do that because it needs to be like this grandiose thing. But
well, they made fun of it. Yeah, they made fun of how like lame that was.
But I'm just saying like that's always like his first villain in like games. Everything is fucking Rhino. And like I just want him to be like no technology, just basic Spider-Man on the next movie doing that. I think that would be really cool.
All right, so I saw something. How does this fucking spell work? Is it universal? Is it
what? Is the point of the spell?
Isn't Nick Fury in outer space somewhere? So Nick Fury would still know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man?
Yeah, they did mention that, like explicitly.
Wait,
that he's in space.
That he wasn't on Earth. They're like he's been off planet for X amount of years.
So what did Doctor Strange say exactly? Did he say everybody on Earth or everybody you know? Like
I don't know. I think it was just anyone who knows.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is Peter Parker.
Okay, hold on.
Peter Parker.
Yeah, because it's not just on Earth, because that's why all these people from other universes are coming in.
But I feel like
so it's like,
but
I think it's just in our universe, or like this movie's universe.
It's just in Holland's universe, right? Like Andrew Garfield and Toby, they're not going back. They're not going to forget. Yeah.
But universe is not just planet only. So I mean,
that's true.
Yeah.
So Nick Fury's forgotten Spider-Man.
I think so.
Was the main point of that just to set up the next Doctor Strange movie?
I don't think
that gonna have anything to do with it.
Yeah, did you watch the end credits?
Yeah.
So like it had that whole Doctor Strange trailer at the end.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what it's as a Marvel movie. That's what it's leading up to. You know, that's how it connects.
I just wonder how
how much this movie
spell. Like how is it gonna play into that or whatever.
I don't know. I really don't know.
That one I'm actually excited for.
Yeah, I really don't know how much this movie is going to connect to that one, Spider-Man wise.
I think the spell is the problem, right? Because that was what somebody said. Like, you've played around too much. Who fucking said that? Who was even talking? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Was it Wong? Yeah, somebody was talking shit to Benedict Cumberbatch, and yeah.
So is Ned gonna be a like spell caster?
I know. Like, I was wondering too. Okay, so how they've introduced this idea that Ned is magical, but then Peter Parker, he doesn't know him. So are they just gonna drop it off?
Just throw it away?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was kind of weird.
Yeah. That was kind of weird.
I don't know.
I think it was just for show.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think it was like to be taken seriously, but people think that Ned's gonna be the Hobgoblin.
Dude, I really don't want that to happen. That is just so pure. I'm like, don't.
I know. I'm like, can this kid even act? I'm like, I don't know. He's just like a wholesome little kid. Like, I don't know. Like,
dude, he's lost a shit ton of weight. Have you seen him lately?
Dude, even in this movie, he looks a lot like thinner than the other one.
Like after, like even now, like look up some pictures of him now, and he's lost a lot of weight.
He's bald as fuck.
Really?
Oops.
Oh, he is.
I don't know. I really don't want that to happen.
Oh wow, he's really skinny.
He looks totally different.
Wait, really? Damn. Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
Damn.
What's his name?
What the hell? Jacob Batalon. Batalon.
Damn. My guy looking good, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What did you say? What's his name?
Jacob Batalon.
Batalon.
Damn. He went from "I'll have your daughter home by 9" to "Your daughter calls me daddy."
What?
I don't know. So I didn't really say it that good, dude. If I don't know. He's looking good. All right, maybe okay. Maybe I was judging him because of his weight. No, I don't know.
Damn.
But
I'm just kidding.
But I'm just wondering, does he have the acting chops to be evil? You know, he just seems like he's just a nice kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
think
want
that's
that.
fattest.
You don't think what?
I think that's fattest.
Yeah, I know.
Fattest.
I think you're right. I think I was shaming him.
Fattest.
But...
I was like, what?
You want to talk about acting chops?
Okay,
I think we should talk about how Willem Dafoe is just cementing himself as such a good fucking actor.
And like the
Yeah,
best
that's
Marvel
what
villain
movie.
ever, basically.
Yeah.
He's so good at just being able to do so many different things, and to have him like switch on a dime is just so insane.
Yeah.
Dude, I love how, like, because I was so worried about Tobey Maguire when he came out. I was like, oh, he's gonna phone it in, whatever. He's just getting a paycheck. But Willem Dafoe was 100,000% in on it, dude. Like he felt like he was having so much fun being there. He said he would only do it if he did all his own stunts. Like he did all that shit. Like he was down as fuck. You know, and that makes his act like his performance even better.
Yeah, I saw an interview with him. They said when he was approached by Marvel again, he was like, "Oh yeah, he's like, as long as I can be in there, deliver lines, do everything, he'll do it." Yeah.
He's like 66, so
yeah,
the fact that he did all those stunts by himself, or at least a lot of it, is really cool.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
he's so good.
He was actually terrifying in this movie, dude. Like, fuck Thanos. I'm scared of the Green Goblin, dude.
I love
Thanos. I don't know. Thanos is cool because he's calm, dude.
Yeah, but
he's just chilling.
Villain wise, I'm like, I'm scared of this guy.
Yeah. What were you saying, Matt?
I like how they made like so the big bad of this movie ends up, being the Green Goblin. And it just takes it all the way back to the first Spider-Man movie. That was Tobey's first villain. So it just everything's full circle.
Yeah.
Close off all of this spider talk of it's just a nice closing it off.
Yeah.
That does make me sad.
I thought it was smart
because I'm like, I really wanted the MCU version of Norman Osborn and all this stuff, like Oscorp and stuff. Like, I don't know if they can do that now, right?
I don't think they will. I don't think they will.
They might not touch it.
They have the symbiote. Like, they could do other shit, but like, I don't know. Green Goblin's just such an iconic villain for him that I'm sad I won't see this version of it.
Yeah. I think what they'll do is they'll do Tom Holland for a couple more movies, and they'll introduce Miles.
Oh, you think so?
Sick. Dude?
Yeah.
When Andrew Garfield was coming through the portal, it was so dark. His suit looked black, and I was like, no shot, dude. Are they really doing Miles Morales right now? And then he comes out, and I was still happy, but I was like, fuck, that would have been crazy.
I love the little Jamie Foxx blip about that.
Yeah, it's so good.
I was so hoping that we would see a Miles.
Dude, I know. Yeah, Jacqueline was just like, no, they're bringing Miles in. Like, and I was like, no. I was like, I think they're like, who's here is here. I was like, I don't think they're gonna continue to like do this crazy shit. Yeah.
What does he say, Jay? He's like, you're helping people. You're from Queens. Like, I just thought you'd be black.
You're helping a bunch of poor people. You're from Queens. I expected you to be black.
Yeah.
His response
He's like,
is
oh
so
man.
good.
He's like, I'm sorry. He just says like, oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he's like, there's got to be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere. And it felt like Andrew Garfield looked at this, like the crowd, and was just like, yeah, probably, all this stuff. I'm like, do it.
When that happened, everybody in the theater was like, Miles, like, people were popping off for it.
Dude, it was insane. When this dude behind us was fucking screaming. By the end of the movie, he was like, yeah, his voice was all cracky. He was like, I was like, jeez, dude. He fucking was standing up, fucking.
Let's fucking go! Like that shit, like made me get chills even more because I was just like,
yeah. It was sick. Yeah, it was sick. It was sick. Okay, so what do you think about now that Spider-Man's going to be the neighborhood Spider-Man and Kingpin is back? Do you think he's going to fight Kingpin in the next movie?
Apparently, that's like a common thing that he teams up with Daredevil. I think, is that real?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So that could be really cool.
So like Daredevil, Spider-Man, and then sometimes even Deadpool. It's like a little trio.
Oh, Deadpool's coming into this universe.
I don't know if they'll do it, but
Oh, is Deadpool Sony?
no, it was Fox. Disney
yeah.
owns Deadpool now, and they're gonna make a third one. And it's
So
gonna be rated R and all
wouldn't
this shit.
tone that down, right?
Huh?
Yeah, they wouldn't tone that down.
No, it's already established, and I don't think they would change that.
I forgot about Deadpool, dude. That's what's crazy. We don't even talk about fucking X-Men, which is awesome.
I cannot wait. That's like the most, and that and Blade. I'm like, I can't wait for those specifically.
Yeah.
Wait, is Blade Disney now?
I mean, it's Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the
then,
name?
yeah, they're not gonna tone that
Marshala
shit down.
Ali, or what's his name?
Mahershala Ali is playing him, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Did you see Eternals, Matt?
No, I haven't. That's
Fuck.
the only one that I haven't seen yet.
Okay, never mind.
I finally saw
He's
Shang-Chi,
spoiling shit.
which was
man.
okay.
Yeah,
I
Shang-Chi.
like Shang-Chi.
Okay.
Dude, the CGI was a fucking clusterfuck, man.
But the
Which
best
is what we can take away from this movie. There was only one bad CGI scene, which was like a car flying through the air.
Oh really? I thought the CG
It
for
looked like so bad.
I thought the CG for the Inside Out black suit Spider-Man in the fucking forest with Jamie Foxx at the beginning was like so bad. Like the way he moved and shit. The way he would like
really?
land and stuff. I don't know. It looked really
I didn't
weird.
even really notice it. Dude, he was just standing there butt ass naked. He's just like, so y'all gonna watch me just fucking. He was such a weird guy. He was so weird too, because wasn't he like super fucking nerdy in the movie? In the other movie,
Yeah, they make fun of him for it. Or Lizard does.
Yeah.
It's like last time I saw you, you had buck teeth and a comb over. Like what happened?
Yeah. And Lizard Man, I don't even know who that guy is.
I
don't
forgot
even know
he
the
was
Sand
even.
guy.
No, so
Sandman's
like
in the Raimi
that's
movie.
why
Okay.
I like the Amazing Spider-Man 1, because that's the villain from that, and it's like just a classic Spider-Man villain, man. It's his it's like his teacher from this, from like his like science school, and he has to fight his teacher. And it's just a classic Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like the first Amazing Spider-Man a lot.
Yeah.
I have to rewatch the second one. I can't remember it too well.
I'll have to give it a chance. But yeah, I think I'm excited for this down to earth Spider-Man kicking ass against his teachers and shit.
Yeah.
Instead of like this crazy shit. But I don't know. I don't know if I can trust Marvel to just take it easy.
Yeah.
I think
That's
they're
the
gonna
thing
try
I'm
to,
worried about for sure.
They're just gonna try to keep pitting him against the biggest and baddest
World-ending
baddies.
events and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's honestly why I'm enjoying Hawkeye so much, because it's so low key and like not
But
the
it's
end
not
of the
low-key.
world.
Get it? No.
I do get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I hope they do it. I don't know if they will, but I really hope
Yeah.
so. If it was a show, dude, and like every week was like a little different thing, that'd be fucking sick. But I don't
I'm
know.
like wondering if they're gonna bring back Zendaya or not, like if they're gonna like stick to him being done with her or not.
Yeah, I'm like sad that she's gone because I really liked her in this movie. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably the chemistry that they have because they're dating in real life or whatever. But like, shit felt real, bro.
Yeah, they have great chemistry.
Bro.
Honestly, like, fuck.
It is
So that like moment where it's right after Aunt May dies, and then J. Jonah Jameson is like doing his like Fox News thing, and he's just standing there like watching it. I just felt so bad for him, It's just like, oh, that's gotta suck, Like your aunt just died, and he's telling the world how everything's your fault. And I thought they did that really well. Just Tom Holland's face, just
How
he's a
come
good
they didn't
actor.
mention Jonah Jameson as being in all of the universes?
Yeah, that is weird, huh?
Right? Isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Is
no
he
way
in?
else
Is he
can do
in
it.
Andrew Garfield's too?
No.
No, he's not. Oh, okay, but he's in the other. He's in the Raimi ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should have mentioned it somehow. That probably would have been a good joke to crack or something.
I like how they totally ripped that off the games, bro. Where he's like some weird InfoWars ass podcast person instead of like a newspaper guy.
Yeah.
But that's a good adaptation.
I think it makes
funny.
sense though. It like
Yeah.
fits the times.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think people, I don't know, yeah, that kind of news is like very prevalent today. Like it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of the moments between Doc Ock and Tobey Maguire
So
when
good.
like when he gets his chip fixed and he's like, Toby, my boy.
It's good to see you,
That
bro.
make you
That shit
feel?
was so good.
Yeah, did it make you feel? It made me
Yes.
feel like I was just like, no, you didn't feel. That's just like no.
Guys, okay. So like one of the things is that like, oh, they like fucking love each other now. It's like, nah, dude, he's a fucking villain. Like,
It's not his fault,
Okay,
bro.
yeah.
It's
So
the
then
arms
let's talk
controlling
about
him.
like this whole like part of the plot that dumbass fucking Tom Holland can't get over the fact that he wants to just like help people that fucking killed people. Like what is his fucking deal? Why
It's
did
Aunt
he
May,
do that?
dude. He didn't want to.
because
Aunt
Aunt
May,
May,
Yeah, I
because
know,
that's
but
his.
like okay, so now they just go back to their world and they're gonna be forgiven of their sins or what?
Yeah,
That's what
you
I
know,
was thinking. Like, how would the
it's
well,
kind
at
of
first
fun.
I was like, how would the people in their universe know that they're changed? Like, weren't they like literally just about to
like
die, like
mid,
seconds away
yeah.
from death?
Yeah.
They
They
go
just come
back and they're
back
like,
to
I'm
be
changed
changed
and still
still
die. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing was like weird. The whole thing was fucking weird.
Yeah, it was definitely fan servicey, but
Yeah.
it's like okay, I don't know, but the whole movie was fan servicey, and
Yeah.
it's okay though for
The
this.
entire plot line was because him and his friends didn't get into MIT, so he had to fuck up everything.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because he wanted
Yeah,
everyone to forget him.
Yeah, because he got exposed by Mysterio, so
Yeah.
I think it was like supposed to be a juxtaposition between uh Doctor Strange going Rocky 4 with if they die, they die, and him being like, no, we must cure them,
yeah.
to maybe build out more of the like, I don't know what the word would be, but like caring personality of Spider-Man versus like more,
I mean, that's
transactional.
Spider-Man though. Like, it didn't feel weird that he felt that. Like that's
Yeah,
Spider-Man's that
yeah.
guy. He's that
Yeah.
guy, pal.
He's that guy, pal.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, dude, Doc Ock we didn't even talk about. He did so good too. Like the way he would talk and shit was just like, he's right back in it, bro. Apparently, like 7-8 months ago, his wife died in real life,
Oh no.
and puts
Yeah.
out this performance. I'm like, fuck,
Damn.
fuck yeah,
I
dude.
didn't know
Fuck.
that.
That's cool.
Yeah, he was great.
Did
Yeah.
they,
And what's the deal with Sandman? So was he a good guy? How come he helped him
Fuck.
get Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, I
don't
fucking
remember
hated that.
movie.
I hated that character in like Spider-Man 3. Fuck, I hated Sandman. I was like, this is like
That movie was so, I don't even remember
Yeah.
anything in it besides
I remember it.
that movie
70s show
was
guy being really fucking awkward and weird.
so okay. So I always felt that Topher Grace should have been Peter Parker of that
Spider-Man.
generation.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like I felt he was the perfect. He should have been Spider-Man, not Toby, and he was not a good Eddie Brock. No,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I don't
can
remember
vaguely
that.
remember that movie.
I don't remember it at all.
There's like a lot of studio interference. Like they were trying to make it into a couple movies, but they're like, no, you have to fit all this shit into one movie. Like
Yeah.
Venom, Sandman. I'm sure there's something else in
Yeah.
there. It's just like way too much.
So
Well,
like I remember hearing once that Toby Maguire said, "I'm not gonna do it unless we have Sandman in there because I like Sandman."
Who the
Basically,
fuck like Sandman?
Yeah, and I was like, "Who the fuck likes Sandman, dude?"
it's rough, it's coarse, it gets everywhere. Oh man, that is a weird.
Wait, he
weird
was
heel.
talking about this movie?
No, the
The
original
third one,
Spider-Man
yeah.
3.
Third, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That is
Yeah.
so weird.
I vaguely remember him being like also helpful in some way in the third
Yeah.
one too.
So his character he's just a dad who's a criminal, but he's a criminal with a heart of gold, and he's trying to like save his daughter or try to see his daughter or like something, and he just
okay.
he's a criminal who does bad choices, but he's not a bad guy. Basically, is his character.
Yeah, when he came out and was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Help me kill that guy," or "Help me get Electro," or whatever. And I was like, "Damn, I don't remember that movie at all. Is that how that was? How's that their dynamic? I don't know."
Sort of, yeah. I think
Yeah.
like he's friends with Spider-Man for a little bit, but then he gets pissed off at him. But I don't know. It's like a back and forth thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't really know what else to talk about in this movie. A lot of shit goes on.
Let's see. Let's rate it in terms of like Marvel movies. Where does this sit for people who've seen a lot of the Marvel stuff?
I feel
Where
like
does this sit?
I was thinking about that. I was like, I feel like I would have to rewatch so many movies because I don't remember a lot of like the older ones.
Yeah.
But I feel like it might be top 5, top 7, at least out of 20 whatever they have now. Like that's pretty good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still
felt
think
like-
Homecoming is better. I like Homecoming like so much.
I
Like,
like
as a
Homecoming
movie,
a
like
lot.
this is pure fucking fan service and shit. Like it was cool, but like
Yeah.
Homecoming is a good movie, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well.
It's just like the whole. Yeah. They just
whole-
try to make a spectacle of it. I think you're right in saying it's probably like top 8. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I can't name off. I think Infinity War is probably the best one.
I think
Yeah.
so
Maybe,
too. It's like
right?
Infinity War, Endgame, Thor Ragnarok, Homecoming. Those are like my top
Yeah.
ones for sure.
See, and I don't really care for Thor Ragnarok. I
Same.
don't know. Everyone like
Really?
was like it's the best, and I was like, I don't know.
I-
I didn't care for it at all.
That was the one that
Yeah.
brought me back in.
Wow.
I remember we went to the dollar movies when it existed. Like, oh, we're gonna go see the new Thor, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then we watched it, and I was like, why is this funny? Why is this really funny? I was like, what the fuck? This is amazing. And like that's how I got back into all the Marvel shit because of that movie.
Multiverse.
I think Thor Ragnarok is better than the other 2 Thor movies,
Oh, yeah.
but
Oh, yeah.
I was
easily.
still annoyed that it's it was one of the most Marvel movies. It's like joke here, joke here,
Yeah.
joke
Yeah.
here,
But
joke
it's like
here, and
Taika
Ah,
Waititi
dude.
being behind it and shit. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Yeah.
I forgive it because of that kind of stuff, and like his character was just so funny and shit. I don't know.
Yeah. This movie, dude, didn't give you one chance to fucking like take a break from the laughter. Like there's just too many jokes.
Too
Like,
much.
and a lot of them didn't land. Like there was like some real awkward moments when they were like trying to make a joke, and then everyone in the audience was just like pushing air out of their nose. Like, it's like I don't know. It was just like
I feel like a lot of the Ned shit at the end was like, I'm like, just stop. Like I like
I don't
Ned as
know.
a character, but I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah. I
Too
mean,
much.
there was a moment during it when he asked Peter. I mean, when he asked like Toby, he's like, "Oh yeah, so did you have a best friend?"
So
And like
good.
he was like, "My best friend died in my arms." And like I started laughing. Like I was the only person laughing because like I saw the joke coming before. you know?
Yeah.
So I fucking look like a psycho.
God.
But
Yeah,
dude,
no,
his-
that's a good joke. That is
His
a good
reaction
joke.
after when he like goes over to like help Tom Holland is just like all awkward
Yeah.
and like all this. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I think just because I have like a bit of a different perspective on these movies, like the best ones for me are the funnier ones, like Ant-Man and Thor Ragnarok and stuff.
Mhm.
But I did like this one a lot. It's probably up there in like top 5.
Yeah.
I don't remember Homecoming, so I'd have to
It's,
rewatch it.
Michael Keaton's just too good.
It's with the founder brother,
I just it was so.
Batman.
What made I feel like that movie different as a Spider-Man movie was that they were really able to make it a teenage coming of age movie that's reminiscent of like 80s movies.
Right.
So what that director had them do was watch a lot of stuff like Ferris Bueller and like The Breakfast Club
hmm
as they were
Oh, that's
making
pretty
the
cool.
movie.
It's a cool idea.
hmm
Was this the one that Donald Glover was in for like half a second?
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And
All right.
what's his name?
He's literally fucking Miles Morales'
Falcon or
uncle,
whatever.
bro. Like his name is
Yeah.
that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Forget his
interesting.
name, but yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh, that's kind of crazy. So then
Well,
he's like a crazy super villain.
I mean, yeah,
He-
he's doing bad shit when he finds him, isn't he? Or something?
Yeah. He's like breaking into a car.
Yeah. He's got
Oh,
some kind of
no.
deal
That's
with
like the
that.
joke, is he's like, I'm just getting groceries, bro. What the fuck? All this stuff.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Davis. Okay.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Aaron Davis.
So what's interesting I think about that is that what's his name? Danny Glover. The reason why Miles Morales exists as a character is because did something with he showed up somewhere in a Spider-Man costume and said he would love to be Spider-Man like one day.
I think it was on SNL, actually.
Yeah, yeah. And so people like loved him as that, and then they made Miles Morales like as a comic book character.
Yeah.
And so
Was
it's
because
pretty-
of
yeah, was
Don
because
Glover?
Yeah.
yeah.
Apparently, he voiced him in the show.
He did, yeah. One of the newer ones. One of the multiverse fucking things, I guess. Maybe. Actually, I'm probably remembering that wrong. But yeah, he's in it. That's pretty funny. The clip I saw of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh.
Man, this is the problem. I don't know if problem is the right word, but with these conversations talking about these movies, it's like you never just talk about the movie because you have to talk about the 20 other fucking movies that exist
Yeah,
in this
yeah.
universe.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess about this movie, I was saying this on the other show too, was it like the fan serviciness of it felt manipulative. I'm like, I don't know, it just felt weird watching it. I'm like, I love this. This is exactly what I wanted to happen. Like, why are you giving it to me? What's happening? What's the
Your
ulterior
nostalgia
motive?
is for sale,
Yes,
brother.
yeah.
Dude,
That's the
like,
ulterior motive, that they're making billions off of you.
Yeah. But the whole thing, though, if they didn't bring back Andrew and Toby, there would have been like riots in the streets. Everybody would have hated this movie so bad if that didn't happen.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, fuck. When you saw them all sitting up there together, and then they all started swinging.
That was cool.
That gave me
nerd chills
chills,
again.
dude.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so badass.
People were clapping.
What's
I
the
was like,
deal with the
yes.
desecration of Lady Liberty? Why'd they fucking put that Captain America fucking shield on
Well,
it?
yeah,
Because
because
like, what the hell?
fucking New York has been attacked how many fucking times in this like world, and so
Yeah.
rebuilt it in honor of Captain America because he's not there anymore, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. It makes sense in that world. He's like
Mhm.
probably a bigger figure than to most people in that world than whatever fucking historical shit behind the actual statue is. You know what I mean? Like presidents and stuff. Like people care more about him. You know what I mean?
Yes, I guess.
I don't know.
I do think that last battle scene where they're all fighting together, that will be like rewatchable. Like that will always be cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. For
But
a
yeah.
moment there, dude, I forgot that Green Goblin was out there because there was a lot going
yeah.
on. Like they were
Oh,
just
yeah.
fighting and fucking. What the hell is Jamie Foxx's character? Electro? Electro was just popping off, and I love whenever he like was like shocking, the little star would show up in his face.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
That was
was
such
sick.
a cool detail.
The way he would
Yeah,
combine
such
with
a good
Sandman, like the big tornado with all the electricity and shit. I was like, fuck, that's so cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I was when he first showed up in the forest, like it was just why did he look like almost like Dr. Manhattan? You know, that he was like blue.
That's how he
Has
was in
he
the
ever looked
movie.
like that?
Yeah, in the Amazing
And the
Spider-Man
Amazing
2.
Spider-Man.
That's what he looked like.
He was
Yeah, I was
pure
looking at it
blue.
before.
It looks so
Yeah.
bad.
I thought
In
I
my
had to ask
opinion.
Matt. I was like, "Who is this? Fucking Mr. Freeze?" I was like, "I don't get what this is." You know, I was like, "Oh, okay."
Apparently that's like
Oh,
uniteration of Electro is like when he's like pure energy, it's like blue and shit. Apparently.
blue. Okay, I remember this. I'm looking at
Yeah.
Google images. He didn't look like this, but he looked similar.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
I-
them just joking about it's like you gotta watch where you fall because he like fell.
It's like
into
most
the-
villains.
Yeah,
So
fell into
funny.
the vat of like what was it, electric eels or something?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
What was interesting was hearing all of the musical themes from all of the movies as they would come up, you know, and so that would cue you if you're paying attention to what's gonna happen, who's coming out next, you know. Um,
Oh, okay. That's
but I
cool.
got it was cool, but at the same time, like I don't know, like so during the big final battle, they were using a lot of the music or the style I feel from Toby's movie, and it really kind of annoyed me because I don't know.
It's all different and shit. Yeah, I saw in the credits it
Yeah,
was like the
yeah,
Danny Elfman Spider-Man theme and shit. I was like, I didn't even
yeah,
notice
yeah,
it, honestly.
No.
Oh, did he do those?
Yeah, he
yeah.
did those other movies.
Mhm.
Nice.
And that's interesting that you bring that up. Sometimes I hardly even fucking like remember the music.
Dude,
Like,
that's the thing
I
about
don't know.
Marvel movies is I watched. I don't remember who it was. It was someone like video essay on YouTube. It's like
Yeah,
why are Marvel scores like not memorable? And it's like
Yeah, they fucking
yeah,
suck.
they're
they
like
suck.
on purpose, so like you don't
Yeah.
like that doesn't
Yeah,
take you out of like the moment. I guess I don't know, but
I
like
think yeah, I
Oh, that's
that
whack.
it's dumb.
I
yeah,
don't
and that's
know.
and that's probably one of the reasons I don't like Marvel as much is because I feel like they don't have music that lends to the character of it. It's just
Mhm.
all based upon you liking this world, not necessarily, I don't
What
know,
you see.
not the individual movie itself, you know.
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah,
Besides like
because
Black
even like the
Panther,
main. Oh yeah.
that
You can
one's
only think
different.
of a couple themes, right? So
Yeah,
the Avengers theme,
yeah.
ba-da-da-da-da, and fucking what else? The
Nothing.
music, the music from Loki was pretty cool, but that was about it.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
Hmm.
know.
it's a weird
Yeah.
thing.
That's why Spider-Verse is still fire because it's got Post Malone and Squirrely.
Oh yeah.
That's a
True.
true masterpiece right there. Dude, in the trailer, he's still fucking listening to the song, and it's like 5 years later. It's like he's only
Nostalgia, bro.
listening. He's just vibing.
Dude, I still listen to that song.
Hell yeah.
That's
I know.
fucking
I love
slaps.
it. I love it. Do you guys have any last dying thoughts that you want to say about this shit? I'm sorry. I don't mean to call it
I
shit.
know this.
No, I mean it's. I don't know. Maybe I didn't drag this movie enough, but I mean I like it, but I just like you were saying about the ulterior motives of Disney and Marvel. It's at surface level, all this stuff is great, but in the deep depths, is this rewatchable? And when all that excitement dies down,
Yeah, that's what's so
what's
weird
left?
about rating
That's- I don't
Marvel movies is like it feels like there's movies and then Marvel movies are like off to the side in their own little universe, literally like they're like I think of them so differently. Like a good
Yeah.
Marvel movie, I'm like, oh, it's so fucking good, all this stuff, but like it's not better than good actual movies, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
but
rating it
like
is
the
weird.
but like the money doesn't say that, or like the general audience doesn't feel that way because they're like, oh well, I want to be entertained. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to have to
Yeah.
think, you know.
Yeah.
That's why like I have sympathy. Like I agree with Martin Scorsese and all these older people who are pissed off because I get it.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah,
They
it's-
mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's just
No.
publicity. They don't even care. They don't give a fuck.
They
But
just
yeah.
want to make their fucking 3-hour movie about the Italian mobs again. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
that movie. That
Fuck.
movie was. I did not like the Irishman.
Well, would you want to see Scorsese fucking talk about a little Italian boy swinging webs? Is he Italian? Does anybody know Peter Parker?
No, he's not. He's just not Italian, but he's.
He's just not.
He's just not.
I don't know,
He's
I
just
don't know.
not.
Just a white
Do you think? I don't know. I mean, he would never do it, but would you think that it would be interesting
Oh, for
if he got his
sure.
hands on it?
Because like I feel like someone like that would have a lot more say in the process, you know?
Yeah.
So it could be a lot different and cool.
But he would have to. He would have to write something like himself because he wouldn't want to
just direct it, right?
like yeah adapt from the
It's
comic
like, that's
book
what I
or
was,
whatever.
I don't know, maybe not though, because I was really interested in Eternals because Chloe Zhao did it, and she's only done like a couple movies, like they're like indie movies, like indie darlings and stuff. So I'm like, oh, what is she gonna bring to the table? And it's like
Nothing.
still
No, I know,
fun.
yeah.
I don't know.
Nothing.
That's the whole thing about Marvel is that they don't have to hire big name people because it's not about the directors and their vision. It's about Kevin Feige's vision. So they don't have to hire, fucking Martin Scorsese or whoever because
Just
they don't
execute the roadmap.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like Taika Waititi has definitely put his style on it. Like it's sometimes it works, sometimes like I don't know who the fuck John Watts is. I don't really care because it doesn't feel like a director's movie. It's just a Spider-Man movie. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas
Well,
that's where, sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think that Taika Waititi's like style has been affected by doing those movies.
Think so.
Like I think that the things that he's gonna make going forward, which are all like, a lot of that is Marvel stuff already. Like they're just not gonna be as good as like, What We Do in the Shadows or the other stuff that he was doing before.
Yeah.
That was like
I mean,
totally
he's doing like Akira now.
Yeah.
It's like he's
Yeah.
he's elevated to that level. I'm just like, fuck.
Yeah. And it may not
Jojo
be a
Rabbit
good
though,
thing.
Yeah. That
Jojo
came out
Rabbit
after
was good.
Thor.
it was really good.
I did like that. That's true. Maybe
Yeah.
he'll surprise me. But he was in Free Guy and that movie was like just garbage and
What? This guy was
Dude.
cool. Pokemon's
We
in it,
walked out
dude.
of the theater and Jay was like, "Wow, dude, it was so good." He was lying.
the movie sucked, but you could tell that they cared about gaming, like for real. And that's what I was like, okay, that's cool. But the
It's
movie
n-
was
Tiger's
not
character
good.
was like annoying as fuck,
He
honestly.
was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Free Guy. We're here to rate this bitch. And I don't know. Any last thoughts? Who wants to rate this first?
I don't know how to rate a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Because like I'm rating it against Marvel movies, not as a movie.
Dude, that's
so I
how
don't know how to do it.
when we did
Just
Shang-Chi,
rate it
dude.
right here.
When we did Shang-Chi, it was so high, but like in my mind at the moment, I was like, yeah, for a Marvel movie, it's this score. But then I think about it compared to other movies, and I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna probably fuck it up again.
I don't think it's not going to the Hall of Fame. I'll just let you know.
I think as like in a nerd Hall of Fame, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
But as a movie Hall of Fame, no.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Agreed.
Which is like such a weird distinction that we have to do this. That
Yeah.
we have to distinguish it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they want, man.
But we are the film fumblers, not the nerd fumblers. So we are going to rate it
Go,
as a
James.
film. I will go. Yeah.
All movies.
Yeah. Movies as a whole, like 3.5 out of 10.
Fair.
Anyways, no. I really liked this movie. I thought it was a really fun blast. This is what movie theaters are about. Disney is going on the right track by piecing things together, and I think it's gotten me more interested in it as of recent. Like, I don't know, I just started watching Daredevil. Coolest shit I've seen in a while. But yeah, there's still it's like a love-hate relationship where I can see on the surface level, like they're like just printing money because they're giving the fans what they want. They're doing these really big, grandiose movies, but I don't know, they're fun at the end of the day. I really liked Andrew Garfield. I don't know why he like stole it for me.
Yeah.
He was just so fucking funny, and man, when he saved MJ, it was like he got his closure. So there was like,
Yeah.
I just thought I thought this whole thing was pretty clever by Marvel, by wrapping up all three different Spider-Man's worlds, basically. I thought it was really clever, and I think I don't know. I think a lot of Spider-Man fans are gonna be happy with it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, but as a movie overall, I don't really believe that it has rewatchability. I mean, you guys said you think there is, but
parts of it.
I don't know. I think there's just way too many fucking jokes. Like, just like, come on, just let this be serious for one moment. Even like when Doctor Strange, that was a travesty. I wanted him to be in the movie way more, and he was in it for like what, 15 minutes? I don't know.
Yeah.
It was very short. He's like one of my favorites, but obviously it's not a Doctor Strange movie. So yeah, when he was just like making jokes when he was like trying to stop the world from cracking or whatever. I was like, can we just be serious? But anyways, I think this is like a 7.5 for me.
It's not bad.
7.5.
Yeah, that's so I would do 7.5 as well. I don't have much else to say other than, though, I do appreciate Tom Holland's acting. He's a good actor, and the chemistry between him and Zendaya as like love partners was really good. And the sadness of how they all played that out, I thought was very well. You know, he saves them, but he makes the Spider-Man choice to separate himself from, and I thought that was a good, as a Spider-Man thing, very well. As a nerd movie, I would say I like it as a nerd movie. It's like a 9. As a real movie, 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's like exactly how I feel, because I'm like, dude, you can't deny like the power behind everything on screen right there. Like, I was getting chills, getting some water in my eyes. I was like, fuck. I was like, this is sick. But like, you know, once all that serotonin like leaves your body, you're like, okay, all right, let's really look at this thing.
Yeah.
Taryn, you want to go, or Jay, whoever?
I don't care. You can go, Taryn.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's such a weird like thing to separate it from other movies, but when I think about it, I'm like what are my favorite movies that came out in 2021? Marvel doesn't jump to my mind because it's those movies or whatever, but like I really think this is like kind of up there. It's not like even like top 3 or 4 maybe best movies that came out this year, but I really fucking enjoyed this movie, you know?
Yeah.
Like even though they're playing with my feelings and like doctoring how I should feel and shit, it's like weird to like think about, but like in the moment, that's all that matters. I'm fucking had the biggest fucking smile on my face when they're swinging together, all 3 of them and shit. I'm like, I love this, dude. It's so fucking good. And like, I really think the first half, maybe even like 3/4 of it, were pretty messy and not as fun to watch the second time. I was just like waiting for like the other Spider-Man to come in, you know. But when they did, like from that moment forward, I think this movie is so fucking amazing. Like from that moment forward, but like that quality doesn't carry throughout the whole movie. So, yeah, I don't know. The cemented Willem Dafoe is like the best fucking villain, I think, for me. I'm like, he's so fucking terrifying. So I think it's probably like an 8.5, which is lower than Shang-Chi, but if I could change it that one, I would.
Nice.
8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I largely agree with everybody. Like the things they put in place to make you feel certain ways like worked, and I think that when I left the theater, I was just like, yeah, okay, they actually did that, and like it wasn't cringe or weird or like bad. Actually, like it did its job. Yeah, I think that with most movies, there's kind of this idea of like the collective experience with other people, and then the ability to like watch something on your own and like kind of take a different experience away from that. I don't really think this will have the latter, but it does the former like to 11. You know, like this is what it was made for. It was like everybody to get hyped.
Yeah.
And so that was cool, and like I appreciate it for that. But yeah, I think, overall it was good, it was fine. Tom Holland's easily my favorite Spider-Man. He hits that like note of like almost innocence in the right way, better than any of the other people have. But yeah, I don't know. Compared to movies as a whole, it's like a 7. Yeah, it's like a 7. It's not terrible. not by any means.
7 out of J.
Yeah.
Which gives us a collective 7.6 out of 10.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I just
Marvel,
want to say
man.
the chemistry between the 3 Spider-Man people were. That was my favorite shit. Was when they were all bantering with each other. I was laughing the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
They nailed it. They nailed what they're going for.
Yeah.
We'll probably get some hate from Marvel stands on the timeline.
Dude, I know that dude
it's
Kyle
all
on the
good.
other
I don't know.
podcast. He's like, I don't know if I could watch it, man. Like, because like he knows that I'm like the Marvel guy in like the group. So he's like, I just can't listen to them shit on it. All this stuff. I'm like,
yeah. He was like, I'm not gonna be able to be quiet in the chat. He's like, I'm not gonna if they give anything under a 10, because that's what he said. He was like, it's a 10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, alrighty, no, it's okay. We love Marvel and we don't care who knows. But more specifically, we fucking like Spider-Man.
Hell yeah.
And this was pretty fun. So we want to know what you guys thought. Did this hit all the nostalgia boxes for you? Was it a cash grab, just like so many other Marvel movies? Let us know at filmfumblers.com or anywhere you can find us. 7.6 out of 10 for us. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Bye-bye.
Christmas.